So you guys start heading through. Heading on the trail. Um, in order to get to the Grand Forge, you guys go through the Arch Triumph. Uh, Abaddon, you would have a context for what this is, and you would know that there's some complexity to the stuff that's there, but amongst what's there, there's definitely some things there that you know would be uh I mean, maybe a little bit emotionally disruptive, or at least not not great towards a particular party member of yours that has tusks. With that in mind, would you go about walking through there in any particular way, Abaddon?
I suppose I just try to hurry us through there as quickly as possible.
Okay. Okay. As you kind of approach the area, you happen to see a somewhat familiar face. You see Anne. They are wielding a crossbow and kind of looking on a little bit uncertainly, kind of. And you see them seem to, like, hold their hand out as they see you, and then, like, move their hand to their, like, mouth, and then put up a single finger, indicating to be quiet.
I would
Oh, this is
con-
not real music. Let me shift that.
I would convey that to the rest of the group.
I'd say, for most part, everyone can see that. Let me make sure we have. Yeah, this works. Oh, this works really well. As you move forward along the arches, you can see there are some tusks of Mammophidons or maybe mammoths, but there's also other things. Lots of different spikes from various different creatures, and some bones of other creatures that form these things. And likely some might be due to all sorts of large things. Maybe whales possibly. Although it seems kind of odd to bring that all out here. But other things look like they might be of draconic nature, and that's when you kind of notice. Actually, well, how do I phrase? Who has a passive perception of 15 or actually, who does not have a passive perception of 15 or higher?
Jevaboo.
Okay. Everyone but Jevaboo
Ooh,
seems to
oh.
clearly notice uh, there are two skeletal draconic things. Like I say draconic because it looks dragon shaped, seeming to cling to one of these archways. Uh, and I'd say, from Abaddon's perspective, this would be very much abnormal. As in, there's been bits of dragons here, but the idea of there's just being full-on skeletal dragons seems odd. Like, as in, the full remains of that. So maybe there might be something weird going on, and it kind of, they look almost like alive. You can see a little like fire in their eyes. Put your characters down at the bottom of the map. Oh.
One second, my PC's playing up.
Oh, are you on your phone? Here, I'll drag you down anyway. Okay. Anne seems to move a little closer to you guys very carefully. And they end up moving to the closest person they see, I've only vaguely. I think that Anne might have seen Snowcap. Actually, yes, yeah, Anne may have seen Snowcap a couple times, but no long-term or significant conversations between them, I don't think. Or they might not, may have never even spoken, I don't think. But Snowcap, what you see is a armored humanoid with a crossbow that they clearly fire like fire arrows out of, or fire bolts. They have horns of some kind, and most notably, they have hooves, giving indication that they might be a Minotaur, but more likely, given their frame and form, are probably a satyr of some kind. Which is, been a while since you've seen one of those.
I kind of pivot my ears towards her.
I need you to quiet. Just follow me. Simple. Once we can get past this, we can explain more at the forge. If it's safe there, it might not be safe there. I see you from Abaddon. I didn't expect that to happen this soon. What happened at the gate? Are the prospects still there?
No, they are not. I'm whispering in character, but I'm speaking at a normal volume so you guys can actually hear me.
Okay, if you guys can't hear me speaking, by the way, let me know.
We could. It was just loud enough to where I didn't actually feel the need to say it. But I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, we can almost hear him perfectly.
Okay. Good. I have to. Okay, just follow suit. I don't fully know why they're here. Just. You'll be safer this way, okay? Jevabu,
Snowcap nods.
roll. Do you think you're close enough to have heard the whispering? I know your
Yep,
perception's not the
probably.
best, but like,
Probably.
actually,
I'm like
why is
right
your
there.
passive perception not higher?
I only have
Maybe
It
wisdom's not as high
is-
as I thought it was.
I only have 14 wisdom.
Oh, okay.
I have 15 wisdom. But I have other things going for me.
Yeah, and no, I have nothing like adding to it.
Okay. And kind of tries to motion to the others. Okay, tell the others we're gonna move right directly.
Ian, did you cut off?
What did I?
You said right directly. Like, was there more to the sentence?
Oh, right directly through.
Okay.
Oh, I said I must have been quiet.
Okay.
Yeah, right directly through.
Gotcha.
Hey, Sardonyx, you drill. We need to head right through, but we need to be very quiet.
Is this going to be a stealth check by any chance?
Yes.
Why?
I would like you all to roll once you. Well, it's actually I'm gonna give you time to determine what you're gonna do before I tell you to roll stealth checks, because you might choose not to follow this person.
I have no reason not to follow them.
Yuck, roll a I guess a history check. But we could use a different roll for this as we in the later. Once you figure out what I'm doing, I'll kind of determine what roll you want to use for this later on. For next time we do these things. Or roll a history check.
Abaddon Nordolis. We need to go straight through, but we need to do so quietly.
Big old 20.
Well, then let's go through it quietly.
Ian and I got a 20 on the roll.
You are
Ah.
familiar with this person, but in a way that you know that they might not be familiar with you.
I know that they don't know that I know. Now, time for my stealth check. Uh, 13.
Brew is at a disadvantage.
Hey, I actually have armor on.
What kind of armor?
Half plate.
Half plate made of what?
I gave you the character sheet. Eh?
Oh shit! I guess I forgot. Don't play that with me. What's it made of?
Metal A2.
If it's metal, we'll have to. Yeah, I assume it won't work for him. But I assume obviously it's probably not made of metal. It's probably made of wood or something.
Half plate plus
I assume
one.
we discussed. Wait, we did discuss this, right?
Yeah.
There's no way I would have let you through with like an armor like that. There's something I called it. It must have been that. What is it specifically?
It's half plate plus one.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna reframe that as, you have special wooden armor. When I know where we got that. Well, actually, shit, we should have said or whatever. It's fine. I'm framing that. I want you to reframe it through the context of it being made of what you're made of.
Also, if it's that material, wouldn't it not have a disadvantage to stealth check? Because it's not like a clanging piece of metal.
For the sake of things, it probably that feels like a bit much well. The reason the context is here is that they're a druid, and I thought we discussed this, but I thought they knew that. Well, actually, they already know how I feel about that in general, so I don't know. They wouldn't try to play with me with that. I thought we discussed this. I'd say it would be less significant. Sure. Yeah, I'm gonna use special shit. This works out actually. Yeah, no. mm, Shit, I don't want to stop this because I actually want to discuss this more because I thought we discussed this, but I can't remember anything about it. I'll say for the sake of things, for now you will have disadvantage, but I may change that in after the session. I need to readdress that. I thought we had discussed that.
What does Yogdril know about Anne?
I sent them some stuff in DMs, but
Okay.
in addition to what I had mentioned DMs, I'd say that Yogdril would know that they are a fairly helpful person in regards to dealing with tense situations. And they are very excellent when it comes to precision archery and tactical archery in regard to more so the use of flame arrows, or more so, I guess we could say archery, but more so crossbowship is what they tend to use nowadays.
So Anne is just evil snowcap.
I don't know why they'd be evil, but
You know the memes that are like
yeah.
evil blank be like I
Oh yeah, they're
love
just the opposite.
as an evil as an opposite.
Yeah. Okay. With your stealth checks. I'm gonna roll for Sardonyx real quick. You guys seem to. Oh shit. Well, Yugdrill, does okay-ish. Snowcap and Avedon are doing well. I don't think Titus rolled.
Roll 20's not being kind to me. 1 second.
Okay, it'd be cool. Okay, and that's a 10 for Sardonyx. Okay.
Same.
Oh, if it was not okay, you were not at disadvantage, nonetheless. Just so yeah. In that case, no, you were at wait, whatever. It doesn't matter. You weren't at advantage, I don't believe. Unless you were at advantage, let me know.
No.
Okay. In that case, I will move you up to where I think you would be when shit goes bad. I'll say here. Uh. Avathon, would you think you would have kind of pushed through and been kind of fast about things, or would you have been extra slow? As in, would you be before or behind Jefu?
I would probably try to lead as best as I can.
Okay.
Would be about here. I think a little bit
I'll
here.
say you're about
probably
where
in front of
Snowcap is.
Yeah.
We get one back.
You guys can reform things from where you are, but I'd say you'd be generally around that area, so you guys can kind of move yourself a little bit here or there. Okay. Some of you make a bit more noise than you would have liked, stepping on bits of obsidian and other things that have been kind of strewn around, which maybe from the smoke and ash above, possibly things may have been weirder down here before whatever activated or caused the smoke to be pushed away from this area, creating a natural dome. Regardless, you guys are stepping on some things.
Everyone
And
stepped on a branch.
yes, well, no branches because there's no
Stepped on
branches.
my foot.
Well, there might be some branch. Well, there's some shrubberies here there, but I'd say that Jevavu ends up stepping on a broken, fallen bone piece of sorts, perhaps a tusk of some kind, or more so maybe something of solid bone from some other organism. But what do I say solid? I'd say it'd be hollow, so it'd crack. And ends up making quite a loud sound doing so. And with that, the skeletal entities seem to shift and seem to look in your direction. I will give you an option. You guys can either roll stealth and try to stay still to see if that works. It might not help you, but it might help you. Or you can roll initiative.
I'm a roll stealth. Fuck.
And if you want, I can have you guys choose who does what. If you roll stealth, you'll lose your
roll.
first turn or turn. But if you succeed with stealth roll, I'm not going to say it's a definite, but it's possible that these things might not notice you. As in, it's possible these things just by sound. I'm just giving you an option here in this moment, given how the tension is kind of set. Okay, so you all did stealth again.
I didn't.
Not sure. I was gonna say one of the.
Oh, it's initiative. Okay. In that case,
Me and Yugdrill chose the initiative.
okay. Okay. How I'm gonna frame this is, all right. So several of you stay still, hoping that the creatures won't quite notice you, and this is just, you know, they're fully sound-based given circumstances. It might not be the case, but surely these things don't have that great perception in terms of eyesight. But things aren't perfect. Also, to make more sense in context, I'm going to say Anne also tried to stay very still, and that's what you're kind of getting that off of. As in why you would attempt such a thing. Oh.
Wait, you should have said that in the beginning.
Do you feel, yeah, well, okay, in that case, would you have done something different if it was like kind of, yeah, if Anne had kind of given credence to that? It's not to say that Anne might not know the situation any better than you guys do, but they might. I see situation. Okay. Would that have changed your decision, Yggdrasil?
No.
No. Okay. Oh god, roll 20's not doing what I wanted it to. Checks.
Most functional.
No, it's that the browser add-on's not working, I think. For some reason.
Most functional application.
Uh
Most functional website.
where do we see the let's try this one more time, then I'm just gonna roll it from roll 20.
We're gonna say it's only 2 creatures. It shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah, but it helps for certain things. Yeah, whatever. Okay,
They fall apart, and all it is just a bunch of animated bones.
Okay. All right. Uh, oh. Maybe it was rolling good.
Was it just being slow?
Uh, okay. The first creature stays where in place and gazes like its eyes on upon you all, or more so, maybe its eyes. It's hard to actually say if it's really doing that. It kind of shakes its head as if it's trying to maybe like breathe through its nostrils. It doesn't have. It's like kind of odd. It doesn't seem to move from its position though. At least not yet. Yggdrasil, what do you do?
I will use my bonus action to cast Magic Stone.
Okay, is that a projectile attack?
No, I touch through pebbles and imbue them with magic.
Oh, for some reason I thought you threw that. Okay, that must be a different thing.
And then for my action, I will hold it to throw it at one of the things when they move.
Okay.
What are the components of that spell? Are they verbal?
Verbal, yeah.
So you make noise.
Yes. Tree noises.
The creature seems to shift its body and begin to kind of slide down the arch and begins to move slowly in your direction. Yggdrasil.
Well, it's getting a magic stone. You did it then.
Okay.
That's what my held action was. Does a 14 hit?
It clearly has quite an aura to it. It's definitely quite something.
So is that a yes or a
Very
no?
scary looking bits of bone. Okay, you managed to hit. Oh, no, actually, it was rephrased. That's 14 to hit?
Yeah.
Or do they auto hit? Okay, no. That misses. Okay. Do the rest of you, do you choose to fight or stay still?
At this point, nothing has actually happened from
Yes.
Melissa's perspective, except it's moved closer, so he's going to continue to stay still.
Okay. I will let you shoot. You can optionally re-roll your stealth. Within the idea that like it may potentially notice some of you already and or maybe like iffy about things, but even if you rolled for stealth, like dedicating a turn where you don't do anything, I'm viewing that as kind of a couple points higher.
What's Anne like kind of like?
They seem to be kind of still like steadfast in place, but they kind of slide their like face slightly to look at Yggdrasil in confusion.
I did essentially throw a pebble at it and miss.
I won't exactly join in on the fight, but I'll just get ready, like get in a fighting stance in case something happens.
Weapon drawn.
Not even. Just a hand on the hilt and that's it.
This creature seems to move closer to the sound of the noise. Its mouth starting to kind of rattle a little bit. Yggdrasil, what do you do?
Hmm. We will hold my action to launch another pebble at it if it does anything aggressive.
Which one? The same one as last time?
This one, because it's closer.
Okay.
I will do something similar.
Your turn, is it, mate?
Oh, so you did roll initiative. Okay.
Yeah. I've got my hand on the hilt
I
of my
see.
sword. Besides that, I'm waiting for either of those birds to make an aggressive
Okay.
attack.
Do you mind if you roll initiative? I'm viewing this kind of like as in like even you aren't quite as well hidden as people who are giving up their full action, their full turns in order to like hide as best as they can by staying completely silent, at least to their best of their ability. Um. Okay. Snowcap, what do you do?
Uh, my bow is just kind of like in my hand. I'm just holding it.
Okay. So you just use. Uh, okay. Is that your turn?
I guess I'm gonna get ready, action, and attack. Same terms as Yggdrasil.
Okay. Have it on. What are you doing?
That said, I'm holding my action waiting for one of those birds to make an aggressive move towards any of us.
In birds.
No, what birds? They're skeletal dragons, or more so, dragons that are made of bones at the very least.
Skelly bird. Well, yeah, I'm waiting for one of them to do anything aggressive and give them a retort.
Okay. This one was clearly attacked, so it knows that something hit it. It's going to continue moving in the direction of where it thinks something hit it. Oh wait, no, something didn't hit. So it heard a noise hit something. So it missed. In that case, because of that, it will seem to try to search out the projectile that flew past it. It begins to move in kind of an awkward manner, searching for such a thing. Ending up not finding it, and then moving a little bit closer to where it thinks it may have come from, but it isn't sure. You'll see right along here, moving like its body kind of almost grating, to just barely not grating against this large bone tusk bone, well, I guess, object per se. I'd say some of these are Mammophidon tusks, and this is like some type of large appendage from some other creature. Okay. This one continues to move downward in 15, 20, 30, 5, 40, and it just kind of stays in place and moves its eyes and almost kind of rolls its like jaw as if it's breathing. Definitely close to Yggdrasil and Sardonyx. But it does not attack you. Yggdrasil, your turn.
I will keep my same held action as previous.
Okay. Is that the same for you, Snowcap?
I am going 1, 2, and I'm doing the same.
Okay, roll stealth. Again.
Okay, I will.
If you're trying to be super quiet in doing so. So this more recent one's 14. You must have been 9 a while ago. Okay. Just compare that to. Right. Abaddon, what do you do?
Keep my held action.
Okay. This thing seems to turn itself towards the direction of Snowcap. But it just seems to kind of like look in the general like wave of direction towards Snowcap, but just doesn't quite get it. And seems to head south a bit more. And so does this one. Yggdrasil, does your choice change?
No.
Does that go for the same for the rest of you?
I would slowly start moving sneakily.
Okay, roll a before I actually get to that, but what did you would you do the same or no?
Yeah, I'm
Snowcap?
doing the same as Abaddon.
So you're gonna move slightly? Okay. Would you like to keep your stealth roll or reroll?
Roll.
Out reroll.
Okay. Oh, that was for Snowcat, but yeah, okay. Abaddon, I'd like you to roll stealth if you're moving.
Well, yeah. Roll the 19.
Okay. Interesting. Hey. Okay, these thing moves south, and this one does too. And I'd say that these things seem to move farther south, and eventually, just keep going. Eventually sitting down on the side of the road at a point farther south of you by a good like 200 feet. With this in mind, do you guys continue on your journey forward?
Yeah.
Okay. As you start to move a little more, and you kind of get past those arches, and you can see a somewhat empty-looking marketplace on your right, and on your left you see kind of a loose, varied pathway to a large building with like a large like central entrance, albeit some side entrances as well. A bit of smoke seems to come out from the structure, but that seems to be normal. It's very decorative and a very interesting, albeit somewhat brutalist structure. Yeah, but brutalist doesn't mean decorative. Sorry, those aren't. Well, I'd say brutalist are at least structures are at least kind of like simplistic in terms of like overall decor. They're not like hyper intricate in terms of small details. So I assume you guys head to the Grand Forge.
Yeah.
Okay, as you do that, and you're about to enter, who has a passive perception of? Actually this is big enough. I think most people would notice it. As you get really close to this forge, this large forge, you're about to enter. You see across this lake of fire. There's something seems to climb out of it and climb onto this tower here. What you seem to see is something that's quite abnormal, and I'm going to ask that, and we're gonna make a very simple decision. Go to Hidden Secrets with me. What it appears to be is a big ass dragon. Its skin is dark, but not with shadow, almost with ash. It could be perhaps a red dragon covered in ash, or maybe not. It's hard to say. But it has a clear essence emerging from it, a flame, a familiar flame, a draconic flame that was once mixed with something else. It's hard to. It doesn't seem to immediately notice you, but it does seem to climb amongst on top of that tower, and kind of beckon its head upward, searching forth along the mountainous hills and crags in front of it. I'd say that you guys would reasonably be able to get inside the structure without being seen, given how close you are to the entrance. However, if you wait any longer or do anything wacky, I'll have you roll stealth to see hidden. Albeit there is a lava lake in front of doing these things, so it may not be necessary.
Just going to enter the forge.
Yep.
Me too.
Okay.
See, I would make a Halo reference, but I don't know how many people would get it.
Not me. I didn't have an Xbox growing up.
I had an Xbox. I know what he's referring to, but it's a weird reference. Okay,
Are you transiting using onto another map?
I will. I'm right now. Sure, everything's normative. Okay.
Forge, pull out the grid and start spinning it.
Okay, let me just check something. Okay. As you enter the space, you kind of go around some halls. Mountains are kind of high, and Anne has been kind of quiet and starts to speak up. Okay, we're heading to a central room. We'll be very soon. Okay. Aslak and Sug should be here, and Moritar should be present, and the others should be present too as well, unless Moritar's plan succeeded. In that case, they should have gone down the escape route. And that's if we can get everyone. Obviously, our clan's quite proud, so I'd be surprised if everyone went down. But that's if. I don't know why the volcano went off. I think Mortar knows. And I'm a little afraid something may have happened. And I don't know if it's related to the invasion from the south or not. Things are really uncertain to some of us. But most importantly, I have no fucking clue what that dragon is. And that might be a lie.
Do you have any clue about the skeleton dragons?
I don't get why they'd be formed. I guess it might be a connection to that dragon. That's not the first time okay, when I say it, maybe a lie. I saw that dragon before a little earlier, but there's been rumors of of remnants of such creatures defeated by the fire giants thrown amongst the pits and deep into the volcano long ago, but that's not something that would just simply come out. It's not like these are sleeping dragons. These are dead. At least I think. I mean, there may be misunderstandings, but that you can't simply bring it forth through like whatever.
Oh, I'm not a dragon expert.
Yeah.
Okay. You continue on your way. and you come into a large word space. Place Abaddon has been before, and in some ways almost feels more familiar with the space than they normally would for reasons that aren't really clear to you.
Like, how familiar are we talking?
You've been here like hundreds of times, but there's something about this place that feels different this time around. There's something weird to it. It's like you've been here more recently, but you don't remember being here more recently. But it's weird. It's like you came here, you came to this Furis last time, but you don't remember being in here. But you kind of also do. Like
Alright.
it's kind of just a feeling. It's weird.
Alright.
There also is a lot more stuff in here than normal. There's like a lot of various supplies. It's almost like a lot of people must have camped out here or done something. There's like various things. It just wouldn't be here, just various knickknacks and food items, as well as some medical gear and weird utensils that are kind of interplaced along some of the large anvils. It's a very weird thing to have on an anvil. But most notably, you do see a figure that, well, it could be Moritar. You don't see a normative Moritar, but you do see a giant fucking molten iron thing. It resembles Moritar close enough that it could be Moritar. And Anne seems to, as she moves, seems to kind of like point to the
She points to nothing.
Ian, you cutting out?
Let me fix that music.
You cut out after the
I've
pointing.
been disconnected. I was disconnected from. Oh, they simply point and say, "That is Moritar, but what happened?" The figure that they pointed to doesn't seem to move in any way, and if anything, they have like kind of. There is smoke and flame to them, but there's something off. Albeit, besides the fact that they're huge. Clearly have some time to build upon their armor.
We knew what Mr. Moritar's plans were to better get an assessment of the situation.
Well, they had opened up a. Wait, what the fuck? And they kind of they look to and see that there's a large Etten, which I'd say Abaddon would recognize, that seems to have one of its heads seems to look like it's caved in, but it doesn't really look like it like got hit by a bludgeoning weapon or something. It looks like it kind of just did that. It's really gruesome. It looks bizarre. It's like it's clearly they're like mashed up against the wall, but something unusual seems to have happened. It's perhaps maybe it may have been something, but it looks to have a very gruesome looking head injury, and be dead. And there are a few other dead nearby. As well as one Olath living minotaur that seems to be kind of on its like kind of in a squatting position, kind of grappling onto the Anvil looking rather frightened. As I was saying, I'll figure things out. Okay.
Who's that one?
Did Abaddon? What does Abaddon? Did I don't know how much was convened between or when Abaddon woke up, but the plan is we were expecting to. Oh, okay, I'll give much context. But their real reasoning was there was something else that was coming. At least that's what we figure. Since something clearly happened, and we don't know if it was the Frostpick, but given things, it's possible that Wolfric may be working with the Frostpick, and that's why they came so soon. I don't know in regard to that. But what I can say is that Mortar kind of inadvertently planned out a escape method for if shit got wacky, and shit did get wacky. They found a portal to the elemental plane of fire that was buried under this the forge here, and they have managed to clear that space out. Abaddon had been moved through there and been taken out from another portal into the or maybe in some way and left there. I don't know where that led, but Mortar seemed to hope that it was in the right positioning. I'm not sure exactly how he figured that out. But it seems you guys did find him, so it worked out. Find him, so it worked out in regard to that. But the others should have gone into the elemental plane, and found solace in another portal. There's a place called Vala, Mount Vol. A place our kind had been in long in the past, but it's Moritar said they would find solace amongst the fire newts there. I stayed to survey the area and make certain of things. And others have too, but what I don't understand is why more.
Restart your router.
If we can't hear him,
Can you guys
he
hear me?
can't. Nope. Now we can.
Shit, I can hear you. When did you stop hearing me?
If Moritar
Something scout out the area. Something then cut off.
Is it something if more?
What I believe I said is like I don't know why Moritar is still here. So actually, I went to scout out the area, then I came back, and I don't know why Moritar is still here. Does that answer any of the questions you had, if any?
Who's that guy? And I point to the Minotaur. Hello?
I think I'm gonna have to restart my router. This sucks. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
you do.
You guys can discuss in regard to what you want to say. And even talk amongst yourselves a little bit. But I have to go. But actually, let me.
Damn. Can't.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go restart it.
Yeah.
I can't wait to throw pebbles at people.
Is that the only thing you can do? Throw pebbles at people?
I can also shillelagh.
Wait, you can what? I didn't hear that last part.
I can shillelagh.
Spell.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I got that now.
Does anyone else like not really know what's going on literally at all? Like,
Yeah, I also don't know what's literally going
it
on at
just
all.
feels like, hey guys, you're here now. Everything's wrong. What's wrong? Everything. What's wrong? Everything. I don't really know what's going on.
I was wondering if it's just me because, I joined the campaign later, so I have less context, and I'm also someone who
Mortar was a part, Dre's first character
It's
in the
for gold.
game. Yeah.
I know that part. I'm talking in general. Like,
Oh, well.
when I don't know what's going on.
Mortar will probably keep showing up. Because every suggestion from Ian about Mortar is, maybe he died. With, like, the most nonsensical reason behind it.
Ian loves to make things wacky. And
Just, maybe he died. But he was just like, he's literally getting
Ian's
transported with the people from that place. How would he just randomly die?
well, I don't know. Abaddon did twice somehow, so
That was still more sensical. That was just some bad rolls.
No,
I gotta admit, I'm also a bit lost.
Okay. It sucks because I similarly to you, Onby, I consistently feel lost, and
yeah.
so it's not
least,
just a you thing. So if you have any solace in that, I'm consistently I don't understand what's going on.
I would have thought that you would know what's going on the most.
No. It doesn't help that Ian occasionally talks in circles, which has a tendency to cause me to lose attention, which makes me a little more lost than I would be. So it's a really bad cyclical cycle that I find myself caught in.
Ian would just say that
place
things are
attacked.
complicated.
Place attacked. Place evacuated.
And now there's 4 dragons? 1 made of lava? And Mortar is big. There's just so much going on, man. It's always so much.
Snowcap ended friendship, ended situationship with Yagram, Anna Snowcap's new best friend.
Anna seems nice.
Sorry, I'm still stuck a little bit on that situationship part.
It's I think that's another way to say unrequited.
It's me, Snowgrim, posting again.
Okay, but I want to make sure who was unrequited, because Yagram for the damn fact does not fucking care.
We're aware who the unrequited part was.
Okay, very good.
It was funny. It would be funny if it was the other way.
Yeah, like secretly the other way around.
Okay, so I have a satellite router system in my house where we have a primary router or a primary, like, whatever you call it. Okay. And then we have little extenders throughout my house. There's like 2 upstairs. I'm next to one. And so whenever it goes out, I can see it going red. And so I restarted the main one, and hopefully things will be fine.
Okay.
Things aren't fine, I don't know. I may restart my really close one nearby me, and I might do that. As in, I plug directly into that. I don't have a Wi-Fi card in my desktop, which is an issue, but whatever. So there's that. I think we should be good to go.
Okay.
Albeit I'm really hopeful. Hopefully, I don't have any issues in the next 5 minutes. But if I do, then we're gonna have to figure things out.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
So
where I left off,
Mortar is just standing by the forge, doing nothing.
They are sat down with their wall kind of mashed against some, like, kind of pressed against the wall, kind of. I guess more like more like this.
Okay.
So is it less sad and
like
more
fire,
slumped?
like heat seems to be emerging from them. So there must be having something inside of them, but I make know they don't seem to have noticed you're there or are saying anything. Their body is still.
Dre asked a good
Snowcap.
clarifying question.
What was the question you asked, Ray?
Is it more slumped over sitting?
I'd say somewhat, yes.
So they're slumped.
Like, yeah, partially, yeah.
Okay.
Or, I mean, I
So-
kind of felt, yeah. I mean, I guess we could frame that, yeah.
Is their ass
I
in
mean,
a
I could-
chair? Or
If you're
Firmly
no,
on the
they're
ground.
on the floor sitting.
Snowcap asked earlier, and like kind of pointing to the Minotaur, like who's that guy?
Who? Of a Minotaur?
Yeah.
That's Aslak. We should go and talk to him.
Okay.
Abaddon, secure map. Who's not in the? Oh, yes, Sardonyx is not in that, but they're not here. Abaddon, you would know Aslak as a member of your clan, and someone who used to, probably still does, work directly under certain people you care about, like I was gonna say Xander. That's not their name. What is it? Oh, your father figure. What's his name?
I'm dead.
Oh god, I always forget. Oh, Zunar. There we go, Zunar.
So,
They worked on the Zunar and they're on their expedition to look for the Fire of Surtur, which, from what you can tell, they learned a lot of things and got recruited more people from other imports of the clan, but they never quite found it. But they did realize that Wolfric got it first, and that's why they know that Wolfric got a lot of it on some islands and came back here. That's at least what you've learned in the past. The last time you guys talked to him. I guess the island thing wasn't exactly like, might have not been said directly, but that was what was implied. As in, they met Wolfric out on their adventures.
yeah.
Okay. Aslak looks visibly kind of spooked. I think what your name is. Normalus? Normalus? Is that it? Normalus?
Nautilus.
Okay.
Norn. Like
Okay.
the Norns.
Okay, I got it first time.
Nornalis.
Oh, that's a interesting. Okay. Do you have? How do I say this? First of all, did anything I say answer any of your questions?
To a degree, I find myself just lacking in information and energy at the moment, so I'm playing catch up in a lot of facets.
Okay. Lose a lot of energy too. I will say this. If your guys are interested in trying to help out the settlement, I want to figure out why the volcano went off. If you wish to... I also need to figure out... For maybe also worth in possibly heading to the... Well, if the plane of... If that portal to the plane of, Elemental Fire, or do you want to refer to it as the, if that's still open, I am to assume that several members of my clan entered there in a means to escape. But I don't fully know if that place is safe. I trusted Moritar in terms of that processing. You seem to be a wizard. Do you have any idea what could have even happened here? Because the idea of the volcano going off. There's a couple different ways we believe could have happened, but like typically it would have been just we didn't expect it to happen now.
This music change is making me panic.
I need to check. Oh, sorry, the page fell off for me, so I haven't heard anything. In the last, like, minute.
It went from some background music.
When I went off, when I went. Okay.
Oh god.
Oh shit, this works. Oh god, is this?
Okay,
this is too intense for what I want.
Yeah.
Right now, so just something else. This is a big. Oh, this is a
my heart was
shit.
not ready. Normalist response.
Oh god, this is like the spooky shit. Oh, this is where, yeah, no, something should have jumped out when I flipped this shit.
Right.
I'm sorry.
That's what I was expecting. I'm like, oh
yeah,
fuck, we're about to die.
I have this ready for other shit. Yeah, this is gonna be once you saw the dragon or something.
Like it started as he started talking to me. I'm like, something's about to fucking happen, dude. What?
Yeah, no, I may use that suggestion by the way. We'll see.
My best educated guess is something woke up within the volcano. Something possessing the flame of Suta, Mortar potentially misusing their power within the flame.
If it would be.
There is a
The fire
dragon
giants are
of
heavily
fire
fueled.
and brimstone roaming the area now, so it is not unreasonable to believe that they may be the source or the byproduct of the volcano erupting.
If there was merely fire searcher just laying in that volcano, we would know. We've had reason in the past to believe
Not
that
if it was dormant.
What if the
You are not
portal-
close enough to hear this conversation. You've moved away.
Oh, are you guys like whispering?
I will actually get to you and Aslak in a second.
I was waiting for like. I'm assuming there's 3 different things that are happening at the same time, because Abaddon straight up walked up to Moritar, you walked up to the Minotaur, and I stayed back and talked with her. So I'm assuming those are all happening in tandem.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's just I gotta. Okay. Yeah. If it's complicated, there's a lot of certainties. But I believe that if there is something running amok in regard to certainties within, the fire giants would know. And that our existence as a settlement ultimately is to protect the fire giants. Not that they fully need the protection, but is a initial step of things. To enter the Palace of Ashes to begin one's path onto the bridge of forging fire, and to Lorgalk's dungeon. But for Mouth Lorgalk to blow, it means that the fire giants would either have known that, and would have warned us, but they didn't. Meaning they couldn't have seen it coming. So I have to believe that if it was something within the mountain, they would have had given some context for what they thought would have gone off, even if it was a waking creature. Unless it was awoken by something not related to them. I could be wrong though.
Unless the fire giants are also dead.
Yes, well, we do know that Aslo, or not Aslo, sorry, Sabo, the blue-skinned, entered Lorgalk's dungeon and exited with the blade. We don't. Tensions have been high. I should probably give context. Sabo, the person that was underneath Wolfric, together they killed our chieftain. We don't have a chieftain right now. The chieftain's dead, and they died, many days ago.
Sabo is an
If it wasn't for
ally,
Moritar,
an
things would be
enemy.
kind of crazy.
Sabo is an ally, an enemy. I don't
Sabo
know
was
these
not an
names of
ally.
these people.
He's
It's
dead.
okay. Sabo was someone I kind of thought you would know more about them. They were a person. They were a human. They had not come from this clan. Apparently they had been living in somewhere called Borgard. But before that, they lived across the sea in on Bagress Isle.
Okay.
I don't know that much
listen,
about them, other than they ate a lot of silver because they were blue,
Okay. They are an enemy. That is what I needed to know.
and they're dead.
And they're dead, okay.
And their corpse was used, from what I recall, because I was a little bit there, to
To... Well,
really important to have Abaddon there and not here.
see, you cut off, I'm so sorry.
I'm sure whatever you were doing was important, really important, so much so to have Abaddon be with you and not here.
I missed half of that.
Shit, really?
Yes.
Yep.
Whatever you were doing must have been really important for
Before
Abaddon
that-
to have been with you and not be here.
Before that, even.
Yes.
Okay, as in you talked about Moritar had sent Abaddon to you guys.
It cut off when you were talking about what Sabo was used for.
Yes.
Saba was used to their body was used to create a new body for Abaddon, at least parts of it.
Oh. That makes a little more sense now, I see. Alright.
I think one of his eyes is in him. It's an odd choice, but we went with it.
Alright. Well,
There's more I'd like to discuss. We can discuss slightly later.
yes.
I will go to. Who wants to go next? Abaddon or Zocap? Whoever speaks first. Actually, that's not fair. Who wants to go first?
I feel Snowcap's been patiently waiting.
Zocap, are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
You see a Minotaur of quite large size. I'd say big, yeah. Kind of look at you, and they start to begin to stand and look around. They see kind of that Anne's back, and that there's more people here, and they look confused and out of it. Hello? Sorry, hello?
What's going on? Something happened to you?
Who are you?
Did
Who am
something
I? Who are you? Who am I?
I'm Snowcap. You don't know who you are?
What is this place?
I'm sure everything will be okay.
Why do the things behind me have incision marks that look similar to my weapon? Did I hurt them? Why do I have a headache? Wait, is a headache a thing? Why does my head hurt? Why do I feel the need to ask you questions? Why?
I think he needs some water. He
Okay,
might
where
be
can I...
dehydrated.
Dehydration. It's supposed to be a slow and insidious killer. Sure. They kind of look around for water that you might have. Do you offer them water, or do you kind of help them search for water around the forge? Actually, I will say there's a pool of water. Actually, I have like a bucket of water right here. A trough, I guess, not bucket. Which I guess you could lead them to, and they would drink some water.
I lead them to that.
Okay, upon watching their face and being like, I still don't know who I am. I feel like I recognize this place, but I know nothing. I know that I know the person over there. I feel like I know them, but I don't know their name. but I feel like I know them. I feel like I remember looking at them. I just can't pinpoint so much.
Does the name
Ah,
Anne ring a bell?
yes. I think that's them. Maybe. Duh.
Maybe we should go over to her, because she would know more about you than I do.
Yeah. And they kind of pull their hand into the water, and you kind of look at the water a bit more. Um, and they kind of like seem to kind of look down at it a bit more as if there's something in there. Uh, um,
What's wrong? What's wrong?
I cut out. Check it out.
No.
Okay, I cut out shit. Okay, what did it do last year?
He looks into the water like there's something there.
Okay. Do you? Okay, so you move up close and to see what he's looking at. You notice that the water is, it's mostly water. There's drains of red flowing through it, and you see, kind of pushed into. Well, I see strange, maybe a little bit, but you seem to see what looks to be a person that seems like they were drowned to death in it, and they look to be a rather large, not too large, satyr, with pants but who is shirtless. It looks like this.
Ooh.
And they seem to kind of like their body is kind of there's like a kind of a brace or something that like looks to be like that was pressed against their shoulder to keep them down a little bit, and it's just heavy enough that their body's not like floating. Like I think like an iron bar or something. Like they must have been drowned for quite a bit. With large like noticeable grass marks along their neck if you were to like look at it a bit longer.
And like how big are the grass marks? Like
They look quite large. Like there was a large, quite a either a big person with a pretty big hand.
I forgot the character's name again. The
I'll
Minotaur.
just Aslak. I'll make it so it's visible to you.
Yeah.
Here, can you see it now?
Yep.
Okay.
Are you feeling a little bit better, Aslak?
No. This is Zep, isn't it? I know that name. I know that look. That's Zep. What happened? Why? I don't
No idea
understand.
who. I don't know who this person is or
They
really
were a
who
forge
any
master
people here.
here, and a friend of mine. I think. But where is here? Why do I know what a Forge Master? What is that? Ugh.
Follow me. I think I know someone who can help you.
Okay. I seem to walk over to the corpse of a very strange-looking creature that seems to be dead, which is like a. It's like its bottom half is almost serpentine, but it looks like kind of like this infernal or more elemental entity of some kind, along with these weird creatures made of like bronze. Oh, my head hurts. Ugh. And they seem to kind of move towards that. Okay. I'm gonna go to Abaddon. I'll get back to you, both of you guys. Abaddon.
Yes, sir.
You can feel the fire of Searcher into. It seems to be present within the thing you're looking at, which is Moritar. But you have a weird. There's something seems off. Roll Arcana.
Oh,
Within the armor, you can tell the fire of Surtur's there, but that's all that's there. The other aspect of Moritar, their soul, their being, the perhaps flame of that golden dragon you once saw the corpse of. It's all gone. It's not there.
can I quickly drag you to private
Yes.
to hidden secrets?
Yes. Also, the dragon's name is Scapuldor.
And I'm waiting for Abaddon to get punted into the lava. If I remember correctly, that was like 10d10s of fire damage.
I think it's more than that.
Damn, I bit my tongue and that kind of irks me.
Understandably.
Do we see Abaddon go flying into the lava?
Nay.
You watch as Abaddon seems to press their hand against the body, and you see from various. I was gonna say mechanical orifices. I'm gonna go with that. Various mechanical orifices. Flame reaves out and flows into Abaddon, and this molten giant.
And this molten giant.
Falls onto Abaddon.
I'm
Crap.
eating
Crap! Oh my god! I feel so bad for you. You inherently know that, and it just went off. You heard inherently know, right?
And this
No,
molten
molten
giant.
This molten giant stays still, vacant, and dark. Or actually, I said it yeah. I said dark and vacant at the end. Abaddon. You inherently know that what you possess, that blade, is a piece of Sertologi. It is not the entire thing. One of the other parts was in this room not that long ago, is gone, and currently moving farther away from you. You feel like you normally would know the direction of it, but right now it's kind of weird because you're still absorbing the things. Additionally, you know all the information about the previous aspects of the locations of the fire server that was given to you by the Velger. However, you would also know that there is a portion of a fire server, at least, albeit not too much, but there is some, outside near the lava lake that's closest to you. And additionally, actually, I would say, and in terms of that direction of the other portion of Sertologi, I'll have you can roll a I guess survival check, and we'll view this like as an instinct thing.
"13." Bye.
Oh shit, it went off again. Okay, wait, am I back? Am I back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, back, I'm dead.
With a 13, you would be in the understanding that it seems to be not to the direct east of here, but rather directly north, or somewhere to the northwest, or at least it seems like it is. But it's kind of shifting kind of quickly, and it seems like it's heading somewhat easterly, but it's kind of hard to tell. But as you kind of focus on and try to get a better reading, it kind of becomes really hard to read and shifts around a bit. And it feels like something's off. Like, it doesn't make sense for that to be the case. It's like kind of, maybe its ability isn't functioning or something, or maybe whoever has it is moving at a very fast speed. But something weird's going on. And then suddenly it seems to be like to the north of you again. Roll another survival check. This one at advantage.
Oh,
And an insight.
also advantage?
Yes. Okay.
Eh,
You think that there is, whatever has it, has some type of ability to make anything relative to determining its location or anything it's holding difficult to determine. There's like something there having like an anti-divination ability of some kind. Because otherwise, it would make more sense for it to be more like you just kind of know. But the fact that you don't, and it's giving you such weird mixed signals, would either mean that this person is like teleporting around or just moving back and forth really fast, which could be possible. But more likely, they have something that makes it so they cannot easily be like looked upon or their location determined. And that applies to, it must apply to river holding. It's not like an absolute truth, since you don't know, but that's a decent guess based off of your understandings of this instinctual like ability you seem to possess. Okay. That's something I want to mention in a second, like you kind of absorbed the essence of Fire Starter. The other thing is, you just absorbed and what made Moritar like able to subsist and live for longer periods of time. Whatever the rest of Moritar is gone, and what you're looking at is you could view as a corpse, but was never there's no body present. What of a body, if anything, you absorbed of it. You could view what you did in some way to be the necrophilia, perhaps, in some definition of a word.
I want to reiterate. You mean necrophilia as in sexual acts with a undead?
No shit. What's no? Wait, that's the wrong term. That's the wrong term. What do you call it when you eat dead things?
Eating.
What's the term when you eat like a corpse?
Cannibalism?
Do you mean cannibalism? Abaddon's been accused of many things.
Scavenging, carrion. Necrophagy. Or necrophagia. The eating of carrion is termed necrophagy. So
Okay, yeah, it involves in necrophagy, but more so you are munching upon a corpse.
The cutting out is getting worse and worse.
Honestly, part of it has comedic humor at this point.
I'll give you get some of our abilities you have, but you would feel a lot stronger. Your fire feels more bright. You feel a little less afraid of water. And not hugely, but enough that you don't, enough that pool of water doesn't frighten you at all. You feel like if you put your head close by, your flames might even cause them to evaporate. Who knows what? Which might be a bad thing on your end because you're hot, or at least temperature wise. But I'd say you're feeling stronger. At the same time, it is adamantly clear that, well, again, the person in front of you is an empty husk. And even prior to you doing this, they didn't seem to possess what you would have viewed as their soul. And what I mean by that is you didn't get any readings. And but it felt like, when you felt the fire started from them, it felt pure. It didn't feel like it was mixed, like how you may have felt previously when you saw Moritar. It was just simply there, rather than the being Moritar as. That dragon flame was just not present. At least that's what you feel like, and that's why you were able to absorb it in such a manner, with no defiance from anything within. Okay.
Nice.
What do you do now that that's happened?
Well, kind of puts a damp on everything that I had planned. I'll go over to. I was hoping that I was able to talk to Moritar, but it is what it is.
Oh, I will say, you do notice one thing. Roll what's your passive perception?
13.
Okay, roll perception. I should have done this from the beginning. I apologize. This is not like a random thing.
18.
And simply reads,
Abaddon doesn't know how to read.
I have intentions. Where is the son of the man I am searching? I have made a dragon.
Huh?
Those are the three things that are said. I have intentions.
Okay.
I have made a dragon.
Just saying you cut out for a rather large chunk of that.
I wrote it down, so we're good. And that would be that, yep. Have you ever seen Moritar write anything before?
Not that I'm aware of. I personally wouldn't have, I think.
Then I'm asking this to determine if you would know their handwriting. Am I cutting out? I shouldn't be cutting out.
No, you aren't.
Okay, good. Okay, good. Otherwise, I'll get back to you guys. Abaddon seems to move back, and so does Azlac. And Azlac kind of gets to you and looks to Anne. And they look to Snowcap. That's Snowcap. You're Anne. I don't know who you are. Why can I not remember anything? Why? The Minotaur says, as they kind of, walk right past Nornalis, they kind of shift to look at you, even. While kind of turning a bit, to look at the rest of people. With more Abaddon kind of following behind them.
Does Ash respond?
Am I getting it? Yeah, just no response makes me feel you guys can't hear
No,
me.
does Ash respond? Because
Oh, Ash?
Anne.
Sorry,
Anne,
my bad.
Anne, I was actually gonna wait and wait for you, but I just Anne simply because I don't know. We have to. I feel that I don't know what happened. What? I see corpses. I don't remember being here, certainly. But did the others escape? But you don't know. What that? Maybe something might have crawled. I don't know. She kind of looks to Nornalis and Snowcap. Quick question. You guys came here faster than we thought you would. Or at least faster than we thought Abaddon would. Albeit we didn't quite know how far he was, but Morotar said it'd be several days before they came here. And you guys got here in what? Two? Less than that? I don't... You guys got here pretty quick. Why did you come here? What, did you know something was going to happen? Did you?
A door that we had spent time opening had someone within it which told us things about stuff that was happening here and asked us where we wanted to go, and we decided to go here to see if we could help.
Yes. Meta-wise, that was Hraesvelgr, which is the a Norse bird deity kinda. Which you guys, it being a
Damn.
remember. I say
You
that
cut
after I
off
take
after
it
you
back.
reminded me it was
Shit.
Hraesvelgr.
Oh, okay, whatever. They look to you and be like, okay, who? In danger
Nah.
of? Oh shit, I cut out again. What was the danger? What did you learn?
All we were told
Any of
was
you, if
that
you know.
Mortar was going to die in 7 minutes, if I recall correctly.
Oh shit, that's
Yes.
upsetting.
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna be real. I've been out in the fields for hours. Once thing went off, shit was wacky, and I heard the various noises from the people out there, and there was one person I spoke to across the gate, and they kept me for a while speaking. They were in armor, but I watched as their others suffocated. They stood still and they fashioned something, but I stayed out there for a bit, uh, hoping I could slow things. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know why the volcano went off. I didn't know if they had something to do with it. Um, is there any other details that any of you know? Because that might be helpful for understanding what that has like here. If you just know that, then or maybe. But if you know anything else, please tell me. Meta-wise, there's something else that might be worth knowing. But I'll let you guys determine if you want to say it or not.
That's all I can remember, so I don't tell her anything else, because that's the limit of my knowledge.
Okay.
Symir.
Really? Meta-wise, wait, did I not mention who was possibly the threat?
Oh.
The Frostpick clan?
The threat? Okay, I didn't mention any other names?
No?
Wait, fuck,
Really?
wait. Durak. Then you said something about
Well,
Durak.
that's the
Uh,
Frostpick.
Yeah. Was there nothing that was Z related? I thought I mentioned that.
Not
Maybe I
in
didn't.
Furies, no. You
Hmm.
didn't mention Zens or Zelganth or anything like that. With
I thought
Hraesvelgr.
meta-wise, I thought I did.
No.
Don't think so.
Hmm.
I could be
No,
wrong.
not here.
Did no. Really?
I could be
Yeah.
wrong, but I don't remember that now.
Not,
I never
not
did that last
in
session.
session, I don't believe.
I thought I did in session.
No.
I was fairly confident. I said, okay. All right, that's fine. There's no way. I'm almost certain I must have cut off or something then. Okay, because I thought I said that session. Okay, whatever. In that case, do you want me to say that you would have heard that, or do you want me to just play it off otherwise?
I don't know what that you are referencing is because I don't think you told us. So,
That what I thought I had told you is that the threat to Mortar would have been the potentially the Frostpit clan and then I mentioned that Hergank was there, and then I said Zinch was also present and had emerged to the surface.
No, that was never said.
Really?
Wait,
Yes.
wait, I thought we did the door did tell us that the Frostpick clan was here.
yeah,
No, it was
that's the
the Zinch,
Frostpick. That
Zinch.
Zens is not Frostpick.
Yeah, I thought I said that. Okay.
No.
Wow. Okay. In that case, I'll just play it off as if it wasn't mentioned, I guess. I'll say that how I'll frame it is I'll say that there is the Frostbite clan and then other threats, some of which may be more severe. I'll say that much. I was almost certain I did. Okay.
You might have thought about it and then never
Yeah,
said it.
multiple. I thought I mentioned it like twice. Okay. I'm expecting like Amethyst to get here next semester and be like, you guys totally said that last session. Like, okay, but no. Okay. Uh, so that was it. Okay. No other threats. Alright, I have no clue could have happened here. Okay, there is some. You could. It is a potential guess you can make otherwise based on other stuff you know. But yeah. I think I'm going to need to scout out more of a settlement, but I'm worried about that dragon. What do you guys think we should do? Should we try to meet up with the others that are possibly in Mount Ball, or should we survey the area further and try to get more survivors here?
I can just confidently tell you that the majority of us are tapped. We've done a lot in this single day, and so not sure if you see my
Have you been to
moderately
Mount Ball? Do you know if
bruised
it's a safe
body.
place?
We come in through the gates.
You've never
Oh,
been to
Mount Val. I'm so
I
sorry.
just want to know if you've ever been there before, or what that would be.
That's where I
'Cause
started, right?
Moritar mentioned that some of you had been there.
Yes, no,
That
there's
is when you
a
started.
conclave of newts there. They're friendly for the most part. Just
I don't know
distance
which
away.
portal. I know that once you get into the apparently according to Mortar, once you get within the plane of fire, there's a bunch of portals, and he figured out which one went to which. Or there's a handful of them. I never went there down myself. Maybe some others did. I thought that Aslak knew, but clearly he doesn't know now. We could rest here, or we could try to get down there and get to that fire nuke place, and we could rest there, perhaps. It's been a long time for me. I didn't sleep last night much. So that's a whole nother story, but since, I'm an alcoholic to be aware, but, it's what it is. Or it was. I've tried to get clean. And that's kind of the issue, so I think I might have to go back to that to fix that issue,
Yes.
Really? You're saying I should go back to drinking alcohol? Okay.
No, you said you were working on fixing the issue, and I was addressing your words as
Okay.
an affirmation. Not, yes,
Okay.
you should continue drinking when trying to quit.
Yeah, they're called. Well, cockatrice is quite wacky.
Aslak, you want to be my new drinking buddy?
What does that entail? Like water?
Wait. Do you
Or
not know what
alcohol?
is?
Is that? Oh shit, that's like the. I think now my mind is weird. I don't know what's going on. I feel like I should be mad at you, but I have no reason to be. I think. I'm like, it's weird. I don't know. My head still hurts.
Ash and smoke that's getting to him? Because
What?
he's been here longer and he is taller, which means he needs more to breathe in.
You have to know that, Aslak and I, we might not be Goliaths or fire genasi, but we've lived here for years and years and years. We've gotten used to the conditions. A little ash and smoke shouldn't cause much to us. I mean, at least not heavy. Maybe a lot of it, like, but I can't imagine it was just that. Note that, the person that you guys found in the water was never like fully brought out or anything. Neither you or Azlek have mentioned them. Unless you have and I missed that.
What's with the guy in the water?
What guy in the water? You found someone in the water?
Like, it looked like he was purposely drowned.
Okay. I'll also check on that. You guys figure out what you want to do. Other option would be to leave this place and or I don't know, maybe stay here, a specific location, powder up. You see bodies
Go
in the water.
check on them.
Okay.
We'll be talking a little bit in the meantime.
Okay. Quick thing. While you guys have been doing that Yugdrill, was there something you're waiting on?
No.
Okay. Would you go to the rest of the party, or just you guys kind of gazing into the lava?
Guess I'll move up.
Okay. Okay. I didn't know if there was a thing you were waiting for me to do, and I got kind of uncertain. Okay. You guys go over there, and you hear like, and look at the water and freak the fuck out. What are you guys doing, discussion-wise?
Did you say doing this session-wise?
No,
Discussion.
discussion-wise.
It clicked in my head as I said the wrong thing out loud. I'm like, nope, that's not what he said. Miss
Who is he?
Abaddon. Huh?
Who is he?
Who is who?
Who's me?
Who is he?
Who are you referencing?
You said something he said.
Right.
Yes, I was talking about Ian.
Yeah, who's he?
Yeah, who is he? Yeah, good point. Based. Oh, fucking based.
I'm
Thank
sorry,
you.
I have a character voice. That clearly says when I'm talking above table and in table. Apologies, that was kind of rude, really. That was really rude. Really sorry. Sorry, that was mean. And unnecessary.
It's fine.
Yes. Miss Abaddon, what... You are the heaviest weighted opinion here. Speak, please.
Well, frankly, everyone here is pretty much battered the fuck up. We can't really face a dragon with half of us on their last leg. We need to rest. All of you need proper rest. Preferably, I'd do it here, because I don't trust those portals. I went through one and I ended up in a very, very strange situation. And I don't know if all portals are linked, if they all function the same way, or if they all spit us out at random spots. And now that Moritor apparently found out how they work, but frankly I don't trust it. First and foremost, we all need a rest. Then we can face the big problem, which is the dragon. Hopefully, meanwhile, we can evacuate anyone who's still here and stop the ongoing threat. Those are my 2 cents.
Where do you suggest we rest then? Just here?
Yeah, there's beds over here.
Right.
Yeah, but this would not be a chain thing. These would be open, like kind of like this would be like a forge person's quarters. I don't know, like a blacksmith's quarters, like a open, like you can sleep here if you want to type thing. Albeit some of them would have been set up for like whatever.
Where would the more residential area be?
Somewhere else in town. But the issue is there's a dragon outside, so it's up to you guys to determine how you want to do that. And also other things about who knows what the fuck. Residential, would there be a couple? There'd be I'd say the main one would be around here with the Ash Street Tavern. I see main one, at least the more classic one. And then there'd be another that's over here where there's kind of green. along the Mild Green, and that's where the Forge Fence Tavern is. The infirmary and also some other stuff is towards that direction, and the place that, where you would have associated your bird and other stuff would be Phylaxis Falconry. But yeah, I guess the closest one. I mean, there's also the First Player Market, but like in terms of like residential areas, it'd be the Ashfree. I guess I don't have like names for them, but this area with the Ashfree Tavern, or around here with the Forge Fence Tavern. And albeit there is like there's people who live in the forge. The forge is a huge place. It's a large place. Let's say this is like the clan. It's all about forging things. So it's gonna be a big ass forge.
Okay, so there's probably somewhere we can find the rest here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could either in this room, or you could head out to one of his little like houses and hope things are right.
So just sleep here for the time being.
Okay. Given circumstances, I'll say that you guys you guys are meta-wise like not. You guys have definitely kind of exhausted, but it's also like it's more like if you do a bunch of shit in the morning and you're exhausted by like afternoon or so, like a whole day hasn't quite passed. So I'll say that you guys can do a lot of stuff here first if you're gonna just stay around in this room.
Yeah, we can hang out. We can, I don't know.
You can count the money.
True.
I don't think I ever gave you that. And you can identify things.
We get to do so. Having done that one night might have kept Drott with us, but I'm a little mad at myself about that one.
I have a feather crystal ball. A chime, 2 magic oil vials. I'll put them in campfire. Yeah.
Put them into discovered loot.
You don't have permission.
Oh, we don't? I'm sorry.
Loot discovery is where I'll put them.
And there's all stuff from Drott.
Actually, wait. Yeah, it's all stuff on Drott. It's already there. All the Drott stuff is actually in discovered loot.
Not if it wasn't identified, which an amount was not.
I mean, I put it there only for the sake of having all that stuff in there. Obviously, I didn't identify it. I normally would. It has not been identified, obviously. And then I never went over the gold that you guys had you guys grabbed a bunch of gold but hadn't like fully counted it all. So there's that too. Whatever else.
So Norris will spend his day reading up on the rest of the day before we can rest. Reading up on his spells and identifying anything anybody has that needs to be identified.
Okay.
What is everyone else doing individually? I think is the smartest way to tackle this. Or collectively. It doesn't have to be individual.
Wait. I know what Snowcap's doing. It is soup time.
This would be a place to make soup, but like you might get like I don't know. But the soup materials you'd find around like a lot of the cauldrons and things right here might be great, or they might have little like flakes of stuff in them, like
I would not drink any water here.
Yeah, there might be like heavy metal.
Actually die.
Yeah, that's something nice.
I mean, there's the metal, the water. Well, the big guy drinks some, but yeah, the water troughs are mostly used for cooling
quenching
things
metal.
That was saying so. No, but there's another alternative: grilling.
I also wouldn't grill anything in any of the metal here either.
Is this in character?
They said what they want to do. They want to make soup and they want to grill, and that is their freedom to do so.
Or
No, I meant the I want to know if it was like Dre speaking in regard to that, or if that's how like
No, that was not your drill.
or if Young Drew would have done that.
No.
I need a way to cut eat this. Maybe I should salt it. I got a bit of salt.
Oh, I've got an unknown potion, by the way. I'll give that to you, nonetheless.
In order to make sure everything gets identified properly, anybody who wants anything identified, write it in the discussion, and me and Ian can
If
go
you could
over it
specify
later.
when you got it, that
Yes.
helps me. And any details of it. If it's just potion, it's not gonna help me much. I'm just gonna have to come up with something on the hand.
Was that the
all
red?
I've got.
Was that the red potion? Just to be completely to make sure. Cheesecake.
No.
Okay, heard.
I think wasn't the red potion already used?
That's why I was asking. Yes, that's why I was asking.
Yeah.
I've got nothing to get identified. But then there's stuff from Drop,
Yeah. So.
which is the magic ring, and a scroll.
Wait,
If you-
didn't Drod have my fucking belt of giant strength?
No, I actually never got it.
who has it then?
Abaddon, I thought is wearing it. I thought.
No, like the
No,
belt
I'm
of
wearing
giant
the one
strength
that's-
from.
Yagram. I think you guys either left it or yeah, I think you guys either left it or someone else has it.
Ain't no
Maybe
way.
Sardonyx?
I never
Drop
grabbed it. No, Drop never picked it up.
It sounds
People
like
just
you got left
assume
behind.
Drop picked it up and you lost it. Okay, I'm fine with that outcome. If you guys thought Drop took it but he didn't, I guess.
Yeah. Sucks, but
No,
it
we
is.
swore Draw took it.
Hmm?
Swore Draw took it.
Yeah, or Drop took
No,
it.
no,
or,
I
or
mean,
we get,
like- I am very particular about my inventory. I know what I have. Yeah, I did not touch it.
Okay. Alright. Okay, while you guys are looking at stuff, I'll say, is anyone spending the time to count the money?
Yeah, I'll count the money.
Yeah, my money.
What's David be doing?
I forgot Javu was here for a second. He hasn't spoken for so long. I don't mean that in a mean way.
How hot is it? Is it like significantly hotter here than the rest of?
I mean, it's not it's not the most comfortable thing to be here. Like, I'd say with you with all your fur, it's like, yeah, it's pretty clear that, like, the people who work on this forge and live here and whatnot, they get used to the shit. Abaddon's used to stuff. As like this stuff, the rest of you are not the most comfortable here, to be honest with you. It's not, like, you could sleep if you had to. It just wouldn't be great.
Snowcap is an idea.
But
for
you,
down.
Javavu, I'd say would be particularly not having a fun day. This is pretty hot, and they're heavy, like, fur is not great for being right here for long terms of amounts of time.
Right, I'm probably sitting like
Panicking
Like,
like
heading out to a
crazy.
different building would be
Far
something you
away
may
from the-
want to consider just because of this, is what I'd say. Or, like, part of the exterior part of a forge, or even then, it's like this overall town's not like the decent chunks of it are pretty hot.
Okay,
Yeah,
Snowcap was an idea that could help Jevabu.
Yeah, Jebu's like definitely like moved away from like at least the lava and very very uncomfortable.
The mild
So,
green would be a lot cooler.
You want to hear you really want to hear Snowcap's idea. So
Well,
get some water. It's gonna be near. Put it next to Jevabu. Ice skates. Freeze the water.
you could also use your bow
That's
to freeze the
pretty-
water.
Ice. I could also do that, but
And you just give him the ice?
yeah.
Yes, this could give me a bed of ice for a little bit.
Or I could sleep next to Jevabu. putting my ice skates continuously towards like water does it's staying frozen.
I'd say that like if you also I'd say that like having your bow close to them would make the area feel a little colder, just because of the like sheer like frost energy
yeah.
unleashed by like the string of the thing. But that gets to add to it. But yeah, that'd be something. I don't know. The ice you create via like means would eventually like obviously like thaw and melt and all that.
Yeah, but then it'll like because it's still in contact with the ice skates.
I guess, yeah. Eventually, I think the water just from natural moving back and forth from like the melting would lessen a little bit, but yeah. Or well, I mean,
Cool enough to get
some
through.
of it might evaporate too, but yeah. Okay. I don't say okay.
Yeah,
While you guys are doing
Snowcap's
that,
going next to Jevibo to sleep.
Not sleeping yet.
Well, when we sleep.
What is Abaddon doing?
Counting coin.
Counting coin.
Yeah.
question. I have a question. Does anyone have a ring of psychic resistance?
Oh.
No, but I have a spell that can give me that.
I asked because I hate to be meta, but I thought that I had given you guys one at one point, and I think that's what one of the rings are.
There's a ring
if
of
you guys already have
non-detection
one.
that my son has.
Yeah, no, that's not referring to that.
Okay.
In that case, I think okay.
See, I can pretend to have psychic resistance if I just ignore the throbbing headache.
I mean, to be fair, that's what I've been doing for the past hour. I can say it works.
Anyway, and that just leaves the Yggdrasil.
Well,
Yeah,
I
how,
just
how
did
how
go.
uncomfortable are they in this environment?
Well, not great. It's like I'm trying to think of what like a plant would do if its leaves it were in a really hot place or like near like lava or something. Like I'd say that there'd be like your leaves are getting like a little loose and it's uncomfortable.
Droopy.
Droopy, which probably would be like really scary and bad if that was happening.
Anyway, I'm going to cast Conjure Minor Elementals.
Interesting. By the way, I would say you can move some of the other parts of the forge, the hallways you walk through. I'd say would be a cooler off in here, but also like you could, in theory, try to like move secretly or carefully through other parts of town to try to find a cooler place to rest. Obviously, there may be danger in doing so, but it is a thing you could do.
Way too risky for the benefit.
I mean, yeah, because there is a dragon outside.
But yeah, I'm going to be casting Minor Conjure Elementals. I have 8 Chewingas.
Hey, what?
Chewinga.
Is that a thing it's in my setting? What's a Chewinga?
It's a tiny elemental. Have
Okay,
you
what is it-
seen Princess
what-
Mononoke?
What type of okay? What kind of elemental is it? Is it like elemental of earth?
A little forest elemental. Have you seen Princess Mononoke? It's like literally
yeah.
the little. It's literally the little things
What-
from them.
I feel like those would be more like phase spirits or whatever than like elementals.
Are
Based on how D&D works, like they'd have to be like elementals of earth or whatever. But they can look like that. I'm fine with that. We could just kind of be like, yeah, it's a. I mean, albeit a fate would make more sense, but yeah, I guess we can have them be like little earth elementals that are in that shape
Is it going
do
to let me
horsey
actually
things.
get the file?
that are all about the soils and geologic conditions of temporal forests. Yeah, that's it.
That's literally what they look like.
I know it's the little bone things that rattle. Unless I'm guessing. I haven't even seen the thing you posted yet. I'm just assuming that's what it is. Yeah, that would be more Face Spirit thing than
Yeah.
Elemental by a long shot. Yeah,
The
but okay.
the
You could say
elementals.
they look similar to that, I guess. Well, in D&D, they would make context further than V, because that's not really how, unless they're like Earth or I guess air, maybe? Actually, I guess it could be into elementals, to be honest. Actually, wait, no, it makes more sense for elementals. Like, it makes like a chime, and they like make noise in the wind as it blows through. Oh yeah, shit, yeah, it would be that. Wait, yeah. Was that what you're going for, and I just didn't, like, just jumped over it?
Yeah. They're like literally just little sports elementals. They just hang around in nature.
Okay. Again, whatever. Let's see, where's it? Okay. Checking.
They are CR0. So, Ian, feel free to say no, but have you looked at their monster sheet?
Wait, there's actual stats for this thing?
Yeah.
Okay, probably. I'll have to look at them. I don't know what book is it from? Is it from an accepted book?
Yeah. It
What,
is.
what book? As in a book that's that's on the server. You could look up, see the accepted materials for spells, or for other things. Okay, whatever. Let's see. Okay. Before things get too wacky, I would like to say, I'll mention some things that Nolus has identified. Not all of them, but some of them, and then I want to mention some other things that are going on. In terms of the two rings, that Snowcap had, they had a magical nose ring and then a magical ring with a jade gem on it. And I'll write this down, but okay, the nose ring is a nose ring of action, and the ring with an amethyst gem on it is a ring of psychic resistance.
Ooh.
Okay. As you guys are doing stuff, by the way, I asked if people were counting the gold. Probably someone said yes. I forget who.
Abaddon.
It was Abaddon.
Okay, Abaddon. I'll say you find around, like, it's a lot of gold since it's a huge pile. I don't know if you even got all of it, but it was probably, like, I'd say, to be fair, assuming you got a good chunk of that pile, I'd say 1,000 gold.
Damn.
Wait, we grabbed the whole pile, right? What do you mean a chunk? Confusing.
Oh, you did grab the whole pile?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'd say, given that you also got some stuff previously, before the previous time, so there was some stuff taken from that, I'd say it probably would have been around 1,800, and probably some gems in there. I'll have to throw some gems in. Give me a second. I'll look at it in a second. But as I say, let me get back to everything. As you guys are doing things, Anne is like, seems to get some type of tarp and put it over the water trough with the corpse in it, and they put some things to pin some things down and kind of like get some cords to kind of attach the tarp to it more properly and tie it in place. And they kind of walk past the bridge, and they just look emotionally, like, devastated. They're just not. They take off their mask a little bit, and you can see that their face a little bit, which is not. They have some, they look like someone who's like has like maybe was a burn victim a long while ago, but their face is kind of healed in a new and exciting way. That makes it so they're doing okay, but like they look just sad and defeated. They do not like what they found there. And they go and sit like in a corner. Not even like despite having a potential leadership position when they initially met you, like in terms of giving you information, they just look out of it. And not in the sense that they've like been their memories been fucked, they just look like they're sad. And they do glance at Abaddon quite a few times. In regard to that, I think that'd be fair. That could be everything. Let's see. What are the rest of you guys doing?
Convincing the Chewingas to do as I ask.
You never tell me what book it was in. What book was it in? Oh, Dungeon Master's Guide. I said I might use stuff for the 24 book or whatever. I'm not gonna say that you guys can just have access to it. Obviously, that's a no. Just that be from the original one for time being. This is good for
This
it.
is from the original one.
This is from this Chewinga was in the 2014 Monster Manual.
Pretty sure, yeah.
I don't believe that.
I guess I've been around since I think like 2nd edition at the latest.
Really, like you kidding? This was Chewingas were in Monster Man. I don't have any memory of this.
Yeah,
what do
man.
they look like?
Might be in the
They're
Monster
around
Multiverse.
4 inches tall. They don't eat, breathe, or sleep. And they're made of whatever elemental area you summon them in or from.
And there's like rules for these in 5e D&D in the Monster Manual. Like the
That one
initial
I'm
Monster Manual
unsure
came out in
of.
2014.
Might be in the Monsters of the Multiverse.
I don't remember them in that either.
I mean, because that one literally had everything they throw in.
It's in I have Icedale. It's in Tomb of Annihilation and Icewind Dale. Those adventures. That's it.
They also don't like to save something from that.
Yeah, these are like and yeah, I don't do. Do you have to have seen these things before to summon them?
That's not how control elementals work.
That's why I'm asking. So I assume not. Okay, if it's not to answer my question. Okay, let me look at the ability again. I don't. Wait a second. I don't have. Is Icewind Dale in the allowed spells list of stuff? Let's see.
This is Tomb of Annihilation, which is just an adventure book.
Yeah, it's just an adventure, so I don't think I wouldn't normally put that into stuff you could summon. I think it's something would need to discuss with me prior. But if I did include that in the thing, I could that'd be, even though it's technically more than just a spell, I'd be understanding in that moment. Let me just check.
I'm unsure why.
Or you can just tell me.
Is this a point of contention? I blanked for like 10 seconds.
Because I typically am worried about adventure content, because it typically some of it gets wacky. So I want to make. I'll just read the thing he said.
What are they doing with them?
Target
That's concerning.
Okay. Can it be a trinket?
I mean, yeah.
Is that a shitty way to go about it, though?
I mean, you just roll the table if you want.
I was gonna. I didn't know what the. I don't know what the SC is. I don't know if it's a set thing. So, if there's a table, if you know if there's a table somewhere, you can send me if it's relevant to these creatures. I can't. Otherwise, I'm just gonna.
There is a table.
Okay, let's get back to in-game content. This is getting too meta. What I'd say is, per the what Abaddon had found, is they would have found 1,800 gold, and then I would say a eight topaz gems. Which, does anyone have a jeweler's kit?
I do not.
Okay.
Neither do I.
Nope.
I do not believe anyone has them.
Okay. All right. So eventually, question: would you go to see what had caused Anne distress, or you just kind of keep it be and not try to investigate it further? Or would you wait for him to tell you?
I would wait for them.
Okay. Eventually, they go to you, and they simply say, the man I considered my father or uncle or whatever it may be, I don't know how it happened, but it's Zeb's dead. It looks like someone drowned them to death. They have some varied injuries, but it looks. I don't know what had happened here. I assume the others got out, but some people must have stayed. But I'm so confused. It. I can't deal with this right now. This is too much. Okay. Would you respond to that, or like actually let me phrase it. Could it? We don't necessarily have to roleplay you going through the whole conversation with them in regard to that, but how would you have gone about it?
I would have just told them that you don't need to deal with this right now. You can take your time, gather your thoughts, gather your feelings.
Okay. They would kind of walk around the forge area and probably towards the halls, possibly exiting the building. You're not sure, but maybe here and there you'd see them every now and then, and for the past 6 hours. Okay. Back to the circumstance, which obviously seems got slowed down due to the meta stuff and whatnot. But the okay. You see one of these little creatures that actually let me frame this way. Where would you try to guide your little creatures in terms of where you want them to go, Ryugdrill?
I I would be like having them cast like coddle climbed on me.
Would you be trying to hope that they would give upon like each one okay. Do they have to okay. Are you expecting them to target onto you?
No, or one each.
Okay, and how many of them are there?
There's 8.
Okay. Uh do they okay. I would say
You have
where
complete
would you be hanging
control
out?
over.
Where would you be hanging out then, I guess? Where would you be
I
moving
would
about?
be walking around to each person and then having what, like, basically holding my arm out to them and then having a chewinga kind of like walk to the end of the arm and either like poke the person.
Okay. By the way, for the sake of things, I'm gonna say that Chewinga is a special thing that Yggdrasil can do to make things, because I think it's on theme with certain things, and I don't want to make it necessarily present in the future. But we'll we'll see what that means next time. But first I'll say Yuba Abaddon as they're counting coins. And one of these little creatures reaches out to Abaddon. And seems to kind of form something out of them and seems to hand them a little charm. Do you take the charm, Abaddon, or you just kind of let it be?
I'll take the charm.
Okay. Okay. But use
Right, the website
roll a 1d8.
That's like the website Nolan has put has links to literally all the charms.
Oh shit. Okay.
And
Wait, this is a special thing. Wait, this is kind of an insane ability normally, but I'll say this is a special thing you can do. And I'd say that this would be an abnormal thing from Norma's perspective, and it would be a weird thing to have been summoned by this. I'd say that much. Where did Normalist put? Well, I know, but it's also like kind of this is this is an adventure creature. You shouldn't be able to summon this. Obviously, this is because it's not meant to be used this way. Obviously.
in campfire chat.
Okay. Oh, we have it on the bat page? Okay.
And then you just click the little charm section, I think.
Okay. I'm a bad DM by letting you guys have this is a me being bad.
I mean, you do have complete control over what charms people
Yeah,
get.
but it's such bad precedent to set. Oh my fucking god. Okay. What the fuck?
The only thing bad about
I'm just
this,
gonna pick one for
the
you.
only thing bad about this is that we're spending so much time on it when you should actually take time out of session to really vet this before just saying yes.
That's what. Okay, yeah, we're not gonna do this. I'm gonna say that this thing goes around and gives people charms, and we can discuss it later. Good
Yeah.
point. Thank you. Okay. Because this has been such a weird session. Time happens. You guys identify some things. I'll post the rest of the identified stuff a little later. And with the assumption of things, we can make assumptions of. Actually, I will say one thing: is the crystal ball is a crystal ball.
Okay.
Let me just check one thing because it's a special crystal ball. Because it's the one item I think is I probably should make note of, since it is fairly special. This was like a thing that was hidden back in. Let me just make certain. Okay, wait, no, that's a Oh boy, that'd be kind of a. Oh boy. That feels fucking crazy. It is a. Oh boy, this is such a bad idea, but it's a crystal ball of telepathy. This is so close to it being a mind reading one. I think that's what I decided last time reading it again. That'd be so fucking strong. Still really good, but yeah, no, it was meant to be like the big special because it was a whole thing that this like pretty powerful hag had in their like special room.
Dope.
Okay, yes, but yes, the crystal ball is a crystal ball of telepathy, as I said, which is a big deal. Okay, but back to things. I'd say that you guys do some stuff, talk amongst yourselves. Eventually, more time passes and you get a full rest. What do you do now? The day is anew. Nothing came at you overnight. However, I will say down in the pit with the turtles, you did hear some noises and things, and I would say there would have been like some you probably would have heard like the noise of something like kind of a portal making a weird sound, like maybe like something pokes their head through a portal, looks around. But nothing crazy beyond that. Nothing came out of the portal to attack you, at least not yet. And you guys seem to have been fine on that round, and nothing seems to have come from outside. you seem to have lucked out in regard to that. In terms of noises beyond that, I'd say you would have heard various, like, a roar or two hours prior. But back to circumstances. Now that you've rested and are ready for the day, what you guys do?
Is everyone ready to fight a dragon?
I mean, first we need to locate the dragon.
Oh, as far as I understand, they're fairly close by.
And,
Did I tell you that there was any fire sir in the dragon? I believe I
No.
did, correct? Did I cut off on that point? Okay, I thought I did. What did I tell you was what there was? What did I say was? No, I said there was fire sir in the associated with the object or something else. Wait, are you sure?
There
I wanna
was
make sure I
someone.
said
There was someone who had this weird cloaking ability going on.
Yeah, there was the one that
uh,
was wacky. Yeah, there was that, but that was the sort of Logi. What did I say in regard to the? I thought I said there was some object that had a little bit of fire, sort of like you sensed it out from that dragon. Maybe not. Oh, you sensed it out near the lake. Okay, so yeah. So what I'll say is that you sensed the presence of a little bit of fire starter out in the lake. Lake Sunder, which is where you saw the dragon. So that was my hint, and I realized I gave you the hint but didn't say it outright. Okay. But what I will say now is you no longer sense that fire starter out near that lake. It seems to have moved away. It's not as it's perhaps northward.
I'll find it someday.
At least initiative and shifted around. Okay. Do you guys exit the forge?
Has Abaddon answered what none was said in campfire chat?
Okay. Oh, by the way, I keep having going at the things, but I don't know if I ever got good understanding of what Snowcap and Jeffboo were doing during the rest and prior, other than just basic stuff.
Salting meat
Yeah.
So,
Oh
and
yeah,
cooling
oh
down.
yeah. Oh yeah, those things. What I was saying, I'm dumb. I forgot about the whole fucking situation with the
The Hagar.
ice shoes. Shit, me
Yeah,
forget.
and the fucking ice skates.
Big sad. Okay. All right. Once you head out, actually, let me phrase it this way. There are multiple exits of a forge. Which exit do you want to leave from?
real quick, optimally, Abaddon would like to save the entire village, but at the very least, he wants to save the people.
Okay.
And that's the minimum.
Yeah, what you know is some of them went into the plane of fire, and that's been a while now. So if they were having difficulty in there, they might be fucked over. But it's possible some of them reached there. You weren't told by Anne which way Zunar went. Dan does know some people have definitely stayed in town. And several of which were, well, one of which included them and the people in this forge, but there may be others. Most likely are others. Plus, they didn't say anything about the situation with the fire giants. But which way do you exit, and where do you head? Hello?
Do I
I feel, I
feel?
feel
Do I feel any sense of my God, what's wrong with me? Do I get any feeling of a creature powerful with the fire of Surtur? Once I step outside?
Given the dragon seems to have some of it, reasons uncertain, I'd roll a you step aside, roll a survival check.
A what?
Roll a survival check.
Gotcha. 12.
If you feel it being north of you, you're not sure if it's close by north, like in this lake, or if it's farther out. Do a perception check. Okay.
16.
You now, when you said you exited, did you exit? You exited this way northward, correct?
I think we should go to the east first.
Okay, then similar thing could have been achieved if you head out eastward. I guess now I think of it. With a 16, you can see ripples of like smoke and ash in the air that seem to be kind of coming from the top, almost as if something had flown up along there and pushed some of it down below. And it's slowly being kind of pushed up. Perhaps the dragon had done that. Additionally, you can kind of like, it looks like there is a well, it looks like from at the Temple of Surtur, the building looks damaged, as if something had landed upon it and mashed into it. You don't recall it being like that last time you saw it. It's possible something happened the last couple days and not last night, but it's also possible the dragon did that. In terms of other stuff, it will just have to be how you travel around. It could be the dragon's still in this town. It might have left. You do not know yet. You haven't seen it yet. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff to can hide upon, but you haven't noticed it quite yet with a 16. Okay. Do you guys? So you guys start to head towards the mild green. Okay. Do you take the path that's close to the Sunder Arch, or you take the path that's by the first flare market?
Let's say market.
Okay. You guys kind of head towards it, and you see a market that looks empty. It looks to be a bunch of people seems to have fled from it, possibly gone to their homes or other things. It looks to be there's lots of stuff that's left out, like gold and items and various armors and other things. Likely the people in the village will return to this place once once the things are normalized. And obviously there's definitely some things that have been taken back, but it is currently in a position where one could definitely steal shit. Not that you guys would, but you might. But Abaddon would be mad, probably.
I don't know what. I don't think any of the people in the party would have an inkling towards stealing it. Yggdrasil is it is a good
Is it
line
uncertainty?
character.
Okay. Okay. You keep heading
I
on.
don't think Sardonyx or Jevbu would.
Okay. You keep heading by, and you seem to pass by a statue. The statue is of the explorer, an uncertain, unnamed person. I may have given a name at some point, but whom seemed to have come from a country to the south. They were a human. This is what Abaddon would know. From the Juklin Kingdom, and they're the person who was apparently had named Furice. They called it Furice, and the people of Furice thought it was a cool name, so they renamed Citadel Furice, and that's a statue dedicated to that person. You continue going, and you see upon the Tower of Glass working. The large door is shut. But as you kind of approach, you can kind of hear noise within it. almost as if there was people like that were kind of close by the door that backed up as they heard people were coming close. Do you engage further, or do you head further down to the more green portions? I don't have the music's off for me right now. I need to go fix it. Really silent.
Yeah, because you left the room.
I left it. Where's the? What I cut out, it forces me to leave it. Let me see if it's still up for me somewhere. Where is it? Do I not have the do I have to pull it back up? Okay. Can you guys answer my question? Unless you already did.
I would crawl out to see who's there.
Yeah.
Do you like try to knock on the door, or do you say crawl out, or what do you mean? I've played this one for a while. I need something else. It's something.
Sorry that I had to step away for a couple of minutes. I would have talked to Abaddon a little bit more before we went out to address this exact type of thing. Abaddon, I understand our intentions are to help the settlement. We are going to find people, and we are going to find monsters. The monsters are the simple situations. We kill the monsters. We get rid of them, we chase them out of town, we put them down. Monsters are simple. If we find survivors, where are you intending to take them? What is your goal? What is our rendezvous point? We can't just go and find people like, we're here to help. Because the question they're going to ask is, how? And we need to decide that now.
Rendezvous point is going to be the forge.
Just leave the place of safety you're in and go to this place where you were originally attacked internally from? Unless I misunderstood, one of the major attacks came from when they opened up the portal to the fire plane and sent combatants out, yes? Or am I misunderstanding? Ian, am I misunderstanding?
If would Anne be present?
Huh?
Well, sort of yes, but would Anne be present? Because I can just have Anne like correct you in character.
I'm just asking if
As
my
in,
memory...
would you be doing this privately? Is what I'm asking.
No, I'm just speaking openly.
Okay. Anne would probably say, "No, I don't fully get it. I believe I would have to. No, when people opened up the portal, nothing happened initially. We knew that there was stuff past there, and I think that's what happened with that salamander there. But I have a hard time believing the salamanders what necessarily caused everything else, and certainly whatever came out of the portal didn't cause this. I mean, people would have, it'd be obvious, I think, but definitely, I think whatever happened came from the portal took advantage of the circumstance. But it's dead now, in the case of pointing to that salamander.
Is it dead now? If it's dead
Looks
now,
dead
then...
to me.
No, if whatever came through that portal is dead now, what killed Mortar?
I don't... Either a different thing that came out of the portal that isn't dead, or something that came from somewhere else. The volcano erupted.
And Mortar was
Could have been
slumped
something from there, or it could have been one of the means from the...
Did anyone look over him beyond, respectfully, Miss Abaddon, you draining his life essence to yourself? Did you inspect him for wounds? Was there any inclination on inquiry about what killed him?
Nonetheless, there was no Mortar left. There was no inkling of his soul. There was nothing. There was only the fire of Surtur.
Yes, that means he died, yes. I'm familiar with mortality, but that means something killed him, no?
Roll a Arcana check.
Who?
Normalist.
Heard. I'm good at
It was
those.
my assumption I just OD'd, basically.
That's a pretty good roll.
Okay.
29.
I was
When
waiting for a 1.
I was
when
also
Abaddon
kind of
says
waiting
it's
for a
just-
1.
it's just
I'm
the fire
very well
starter.
educated in mortality. Maybe
Okay.
not.
When Abaddon says it was just the fire starter, that gives the implication that, well, what you understand, what you learned at Mount Flager, or at least what I believe you guys learned, was that Moritar essentially had was a fire elemental created from like the dragon flame. It's basically a living dragon's flame or breath weapon per se
Mm-hmm.
that had been given greater life and a continued existence via the flame of Surtur, which had been taken out of a resting, like sleeping being
Yes.
beneath that volcano.
Yes.
If what Abaddon's saying is that it was just the flame of Surtur, that means that dragon's flame would have had to have been removed somehow. And given that you saw a dragon that seemed to be spewing flame of some kind, or flames coming out from it, it's possible there could be some correlation there. But it's hard to say if a dragon did that, because there doesn't seem to be any reason to believe that some dragon burst through this room. It could have been caused by someone else, but they somehow gave that to the dragon? That's going a bit far, but the main thing you get from Arcana check is that, given the words that Abaddon used, you would have reason to believe what was removed was that dragon's flame, which is which could be viewed as Moritar's soul per se, because that is the pure version of himself.
Okay.
Just didn't have a long lifespan.
What was the last thing you said?
They just didn't have a very long lifespan. That's why the dragon did what they did.
So is the implication I'm getting two different potential implications here, and I don't know which one you're kind of hinting towards, or if you will tell me as I ask for clarity or not.
Yeah.
Either he expired of natural causes because he wasn't intended to live long anyway, or he had his soul stolen from his form, leaving just his flame of Surtur behind, and his
The latter.
The latter. Heard. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, okay. So we're just going to go to tell them to go to the forge if we find survivors, traverse a dangerous area by themselves.
I mean, the portals
I'm asking Abaddon.
are in there. Oh, okay, sorry.
You're good. Apologies.
Well,
Where there's no guards, there's no escort. These are civilians, and you've been a warrior your whole life, so I can imagine it's difficult for you to perceive this through the eyes of a civilian. I have been weak my whole life. I've not been some well-bodied warrior. I'm still not a well-bodied warrior. But being an adventurer for long, you all has hardened me somewhat. But the civilians cannot just traverse a warscape land like a monster-infested land like this. It's death.
I will ask, what do you recommend?
If we are going to do anything, when your ship is sinking, you patch the biggest holes first.
Biggest hole is that dragon. At least
The
in my opinion.
dragons. We know there's at least 3. There's no reason to assume there's any less. There is reason to assume there's likely more. And we also have to come to the answer of why is there dragons?
Wait,
What? Who's waiting? Ian? I'm not hearing things right. He said wait, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They.
Oh, my bad.
The internet's doing shitty. I'm sorry. What do you mean by at least 3 dragons?
At least 3 dragons.
Yeah.
At least 3 dragons here?
Yeah.
What are 3 dragons that you saw in this settlement?
Well, 2 of them were skeletons, and 1 of them was made of
Oh shit, I'm
fire.
dumb. Oh my god, I completely forgot about that. I thought you meant like a bigger dragon.
No.
And I kind of described it with being vocal. Oh my god, me dumb. Me fucking out of it. But yeah, guess there is that.
Chief is geeking.
Okay.
So there's... my thoughts are... try and figure out the truth of what happened here in these past couple of days, and why there's monsters roaming about, why the volcano erupted, while also seeking to make the settlement safe enough to live in and move around in. If your intention is to save the settlement, then we need to save all of it. Otherwise, there's no point in saving any of it.
Do I have to say I don't agree with that statement? Save what you can. I will agree with you when it comes to the fact that I want to see the settlement safe and happy and alive.
My
I
boy,
follow
you are at
your
war.
advice.
You are at war with a large national power at this point. And I understand you wanting to save what you can. But what you can is not enough to make sure it survives. And that is, I think, a reality we have to come to terms with. We need to figure out where our able bodies are here. We need to save as many as we can, and we need to quickly build up defenses in order to be able to show off attacks that are undoubtedly coming. There's a target on this settlement's back, on this village's back. Saving what we can is not enough.
Once again, your wisdom impresses me.
We should save what we can, but if we cannot save it all, we need to save what we can here and move somewhere else more defendable. That's the only way your people survive.
I mean, this place does seem pretty defendable. It's surrounded by mountains.
Yes, but if there's still a volcano erupting and dragons rearing through the streets, and if there is warbands tearing down the front barricades, and there are no people to defend it, there's no defending
I would like
it.
to ponder a question.
By all means, I don't
Ponder
mean to
away.
speak as much as I do. Apologies.
I have been seeing a shocking lack of assailants. Since we've got here.
I don't disagree.
For a place under siege, it seems rather serene. So unless they've forced their way into another place, I see little reason to interfere with people taking shelter currently.
Again,
I
I
think
don't
we should
disagree.
find people to help us with the dragon. Defeat the dragon.
Do you not wield a bow of ice against a fire dragon? Are you really trying to rope in the civilians?
I said people that could help us.
I feel the people who could help us are either dead or would prefer to guard the civilians.
Fair point.
I'd like to speak. That is true, but there are others. We can. I how do I say
I would like
this?
to know our options. That's what I'm saying.
The person I work under, Zunar, I'm unclear what happened to them. I didn't see their corpse anywhere. So they either went, which I'm glad I didn't, that'd be awful. They either went down into the portal and traveled with the others, likely protecting them against whatever, and made it to the Mount Val, or they're somewhere else around here. I'm not sure where they went. There were some others with them. I guess the two folks we met farther out to sea they've gotten from some of the other settlements. Oh, yes, sorry. There's the lady that Furbolg fell, who we got out from sea, and then we have under him is a I would say a fire genasi from Vulcan. Yes, I think so. Yeah. We don't. We've already lost quite a few of our personal men, but there's some other fellows as well. I mean, who else? There's one other who is quite notable here. Oh, that was it. Shit, I just had their token it up. But there was another. Oh, actually, fuck. We'll scroll. Okay. Emberscar. They should be somewhere around here. They might have gone for portal, but I believe they likely would have stayed in town to protect it. They probably are somewhere. They're quite strong. They are the paladin of Surtur as exists. The strongest paladin that I believe that serves Surtur. They should be somewhere here. I just haven't seen them. There's also, well, Phylaxi, but I mean, I guess she's more of a civilian, certainly. But I'm not sure exactly what she could help you with. But she's quite familiar with falconry and bird raising. And obviously Aslak can do some things. It's just they seem to be a little out of it right now. Yeah.
And where is this mount?
What mount? Oh, Mount Vol? Mount Vol. God, let me see. Do any of you have a map?
Yes, right here.
Okay, yes. I believe it's here, right there. Let's see. Oh shit. I need to put you guys on there. The portal. There should be a portal down there that should lead there. That's from my understanding, we did have a decent number of civilians in here, so I believe that several civilians did escape to there. It's just because once the fucking volcano got wacky, shit was really uncertain, and plus we were doing it, because we knew that we were going to be attacked from the south. It's just things went weird. It seems when I was gone. But yes, Mount Vol. It's north of what once was Vetberg, which was the capital of the Vetnor clan.
Interesting.
Snowcop,
What?
you have every right to not do it. You have every right to say no to what I'm about to ask.
Oh.
But would you think you could do a little bit of light scouting ahead? See if you can find anyone.
I could do that.
Alright. Take this trinket. So I haven't really quite figured out how it works. We got a feeling it's got something to do with telepathy. Now, if you get any hint or scent of you're about to get fucked over, use it, tell us where you are, and then get the fuck out of there. We'll pick you up. Alright?
What do you give them?
I give them the trinket.
Are you
So that
talking
was
about the
trinket.
crystal ball?
The trinket of telepathy.
I don't. There's a trinket of.
Yeah, the
Are you
one. The
talking about the
one.
crystal
I think
ball?
you're crossing your wires, dog.
Is there a different thing called a trinket of telepathy that I mentioned in the past? I don't know what that would be.
The thing that I got from that weird little fairy thing.
Yes, no, we said we determine what that is later.
Also, you can't give those away.
Oh. Well, that's fucking useless.
Yeah, well, it makes
I
it
need
fair.
to evolve telepathy.
Yeah, I'm gonna have it. You can only have one at a time too to make it ability fair. So some of those are pretty good.
Damn it.
Um,
Never mind then.
I also might restyle little creatures at some point just because to make more sense in the setting.
They're
but
fey creatures, they don't have to.
But yeah, what's the point? They're using it as elementals. They should be fey.
They are fey. They live in the Feywilds. They're just classified as elemental creatures.
Yeah, which I don't know. Well, whatever.
Like
Back to
goblins.
things.
Like goblins.
What I would get the idea is you guys had that conversation. Then you would have gone out and headed towards like in the direction you guys did, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Like
we've
my
gone kind of
goblins are
late.
aberrations.
I think I'm gonna end it here, unless you guys want to do
Yeah.
a final scene.
Nope. I think
Okay.
that's fine.
Before we do boom
Let's
points, I
end
just want to say I apologize for my internet issues this session. That seems to have been a major issue. But also, I recognize this session was a little awkward. I think it got too meta at certain points. I think that was a bit not fun for some people. If there's been an issue with participation that we know, I kind of let people kind of go on a sideway because I obviously cut out a lot on my end, so I don't really, take it too much if people are kind of a little out of things.
We just
I
have
do want
a
to
habit of spending too much time on specific things when they should just have a quick ruling made on them and then get a proper ruling made later.
Yeah, that's what I prefer to do.
We-
I just
we
felt in the
just
moment
spend
I
Way
wanted
too
to,
much time on
yeah.
stuff like that often.
I want to kind of give you something to
I-
work with, but yeah.
I want to say something. I was feeling a little bit out of it, kind of in the beginning. I'm like, oh no. But maybe it's because my medication kicked in. I feel a lot better.
It happens.
Or it could be having fun. Could help.
If you do you guys feel I got slower or less focused as things went on? Because
Not particularly,
okay,
no.
because I took a long dose Adderall at like noon today, and I took one a little earlier than a short dose one a little bit earlier than I intended to or normally do, just so I can have one that was definitely where I wouldn't forget to take it mid-session and also wouldn't be too late. So I kind of was like fairly like overtly attentive early on.
I don't think you're slow.
Or
No.
should have been.
I mean, it's hard to tell with the internet shit.
This is also true.
Well, yeah, I just
And
mean
I'm
like in terms of speed of me
also-
seeking and other stuff, yeah, or of me just forgetting words and whatnot.
I'm also I sometimes I'm very perceptive. Other times I am not perceptive at all.
Also, I want to just say, this session, in last session, and part very into last session, I don't know what's this. I gave you guys more of a range of options than I initially intended to, and I'm happy I did that. But I feel as though I may have done things in a way that could feel either shoehorned or felt that things were going too fast, or felt that things went in a direction that felt too forceful. Do you guys feel that way? If you don't
No.
know what I'm referring to, I can give context. I'm talking about in terms of choosing where you got teleported to. Because
No.
I wasn't originally when planning intending to give you guys like much of an option. I was going or like send you anything more special. Then I felt like reasonably speaking, this is something I could do if done, and so I gave that option. And I feel like I may have through means I didn't necessarily fully intend to accentuate. I think people went here, and I don't know if it felt like it was more like you were supposed to go here based off the clues I gave. That was not my intention.
I thought going to Furley's would be way worse than it actually was.
Has been. Could still be.
Yeah, it could still be. Shit's could
Well,
be
now
pretty
we have
bad.
a full rest. We have a
I mean,
long
if you
rest.
fought if you fought those dragons, or if you fought the like skeletal dragons or a dragon, given your state, you guys after several hard battles, it would have been bad. And those weren't even necessarily bad. Well, okay, actually, those dragons were strong, the skeletal things.
We
But
don't need to know. Just show us in
oh yeah,
combat.
they were actually really weak. They could be healed in the 5 hits by with like a 1d4 hammer. Okay, yeah, I just want to say that I think the planning basically for a while has been really consistent, and I have a lot of stuff set up for stuff. But I just want to say for some of the current, more recent things, I have gone through a lot of stuff more recent last week in such a way that I feel I want to address and just say, hey, I typically have pretty good planning on this, and I feel that it's not that I
You're
haven't had
moving.
planning time. I have. It's just there's been a lot of different routes I wanted to go, and I feel like it might feel less intention. I guess the choices may have felt less intentional more recent. I want to just address it in case that may have happened.
Okay.
Hmm.
You have been heard, friend.
Yeah, as in I don't have like a battle map for every location here. I probably otherwise would. That's the other bit.
No stress.
Yeah. Okay. Does anyone have any comments that? Otherwise, we're gonna go into boom points.
They nerfed the pixie.
Good.
Really?
Okay, I'm gonna give mine to Doug Drill for his brilliant idea of like summoning those little guys, the little fey creatures, which looking at the art are absolutely adorable.
Oh, they're so cute. They're my favorite small, tiny fae. Twingas? Oh my god, I love them.
And I'm not as well versed in like D&D stuff, so
There's a reason why literally every summoning spell got changed. 2014 rules, yeah.
10th out. It's like the uh,
Dre, do you have one to give?
I'm going to give mine to Jerobu for actually mentioning the heat.
Very nice. Joe, but do you have one to give?
Thank you. I'm going to give mine to Snowcap for helping me out with the heat.
Fair enough. Cheesecake, do you have one to give?
Let me think on it.
Alrighty.
yippee boom point.
I was going to give one to Dre for the Twingas, but someone has already done so I do not have one to give. So it is Ian and Cheesecake left.
Hee, I stole your boom point.
Ian, Cheesecake?
Cheesecake, will you just go? I was waiting for Cheesecake. Cheesecake, you here? Avatar?
Yeah, I said I'm still thinking on mine because I kind of want to give one to everyone.
I think I can go first if you'd like.
Yeah.
And remember, I don't just remember if like you. It's important to not give like someone one that someone else gave someone for. But obviously, if you're giving one to everyone, it gets kind of funky. If you're giving one, if you can't give one to one person, so it gets kind of like I can understand circumstances like that. Albeit typically, I prefer you don't give one to everyone unless you have really good reason to. Which if you do, you do. What I'll do is I want to give. I want to give one to Abaddon, and I want to give one to Normless for good conversational RP. That was kind of splash milk of a session, but in certain segments I felt were really, really good.
Thank you.
And in... yeah.
Yippee.
Oh, actually, You can go Abaddon, but I think I have one over one I'll give.
I want to go. I want to give one to definitely to Snowcap
Hell yeah.
for at least humoring the idea of going on a scouting trip.